All right, everybody. Welcome. Brian Reese here, the VA Claims Insider. Welcome to this portion here, which is awesome. Welcome to VA Claims Insider Mastery, by the way. Talk about an insane growth, engagement. The VA Claims Insider community went from an idea that I had serving and supporting veterans about 3 years ago into what it is today, which is over 100,000 veterans just like you, which is awesome. The community is amazing. But this is a fairly new course that I've come out with because what I experienced was a lot of veterans were coming to me saying, Brian, I need help with my VA disability claim. I'm stuck. I'm frustrated. Can you just do it for me? And by the way, we do have a program where we do it for you. It's called VA Claims Insider Elite, and you can check it out off of our website there if you want. If you go to vaclaimsinsider.com, if you click in the top right-hand corner there, it should say something like Veterans Start Here. And if you do that, it should be able to give you basically exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so what the heck are we doing here, though? So VA Claims Insider Mastery. This is the complete self-paced online course where I have downloaded my brain and the experiences of our team members from thousands of veterans that we've helped. Anywhere from people who have been denied multiple times, they've been in appeal. We've taken people from 50% to 100% permanent in total, from 0 to 50%. It's insane. All over the map what's happened. And in this VA Claims Insider Mastery course, though, you can go at your own pace. You're going to learn all of the topics and things that you need. You're going to key in on the exact medical evidence, documentation, statements you need to write, keywording, buddy letters. We even have a section here in the bonuses where, because you're a Mastery member and you've bought the online program, you get discounted access to our doctors. Okay, so if you need medical nexus opinions, if you need disability benefits questionnaire reviews, you can do that. So make sure you check out the bonuses section inside this course as well. Okay, all right. So let's get going here. This is the very first topic that we've got here, and it's awesome. All right, it really, really, really is awesome. And what the heck is it? The number one reason why VA disability claims get denied. All right, this is a huge topic, folks, because the bottom line is a lot of veterans who come to us, and maybe it's you, right? Maybe you're taking this course going, I've been denied already once, been denied twice. I really want to get it right this time. This is it. All right, this is probably the reason. In fact, there's about a 90% chance it's the reason. If it's not the 90% chance, there's another 10%, and I'll talk about the number 2 reason as well. But this is what we do. And this is why I'm giving you access to our doctors, because this is so crucial. Okay, let's see if I can tick forward here. Okay, so are you eligible under the law? Before we jump into this, I just want you to understand is you may be thinking, Brian, I have a VA disability claim. I've either filed before and been denied. I filed before I didn't get the rating that I thought I should have. Or maybe you've never filed. Maybe you've never filed a claim. You're a transitioning military member, or you're a veteran who's just never filed a claim. So there's 3 criteria that you have to satisfy legally in order to be eligible for disability compensation and benefits under the law. Okay. Number 1 is you have to have a medical diagnosis of a condition or a disability by a doctor. Okay, this is a big one. A medical diagnosis of a condition or a disability by a doctor. Okay, so for example, let's say that I served in active duty and I'm getting ready to separate, and I say, you know what, I really want to put in a claim for sleep apnea. That's great if you have a medical diagnosis of sleep apnea, if you've had a sleep study done by a doctor, perhaps you have a breathing machine to help you, like a CPAP machine. then you might, right? Then you've got number one, so then we would go on to number two to make sure you satisfy that criteria. But what I'm seeing a lot is veterans will come and say, hey, I really want to file a claim for PTSD or sleep apnea because I have PTSD. And I'll ask for medical documentation or evidence showing a diagnosis of PTSD, show me how it's affecting your life. And they're like, well, sorry, Brian, I've been really busy and I haven't been able to go get help yet. All right, you can't even start this process unless you have a medical diagnosis. Okay, so maybe this is me nudging you a little bit. If you have some conditions that you want to get added to your claim or you want to file them, you've got to have a medical diagnosis. Okay, so go to the doctor. Now, this doesn't have to be from a VA doctor. This could be from a private physician. So let's say you have a primary care physician that you see. It could be from them. It could also be from a military doctor. So, let's say you're a veteran now, but you still have TRICARE Prime, and perhaps you see a military doctor. Okay, so it does not just have to be from a VA doctor. But bottom line is you've got to have a medical diagnosis of a condition. Okay. The second thing there, the disability that you're suffering from must have been caused or made worse by your active duty military service. Okay, this is what's called the nexus. The nexus is a fancy legal term, which simply means, is it traceable back to a very specific thing or item, and does it follow a natural and compelling logical case? So for example, let's say that in basic training, I injured my knee on a ruck run. I ended up going to the doctor. They gave me some Motrin, right? Vitamin M, as they say in the military. And maybe I had a week off, and maybe over a period of a couple of years, the knee condition got worse. And this is all documented in my medical record. Okay. In that case, you would easily satisfy the nexus because it would be clear that this ruck run on basic training caused or made your disability worse. Now, what I see happen a lot is veterans will come to us. It could be folks from the Vietnam era, or even most recently Iraq and Afghanistan. And maybe you left the service 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30 years ago. All right. And maybe it's not super clear that you have a disability documented in your medical record. And maybe it's not super clear that the disability was caused or made worse on active duty. For whatever reason, maybe you didn't go to the doctor for whatever reason. Perhaps you did, but you didn't tell them how severe your symptoms were. Perhaps it got worse over time, and then you never filed a claim. So here we are 10 years later, and you want to file a disability claim for that. Chances are you're going to meet number one, right? They're not going to disagree with you that you've got some type of a medical issue, whether it's PTSD, sleep apnea, back problem, sinusitis. I see everything. But what they might say is, okay, got it. You do have a disability, but it's not clear and convincing that it was caused or made worse by your military service. There's nothing in your military medical records that documents this issue, all right? Whether it's the disability or the specific incident that caused the disability, okay? All right, so number one, medical diagnosis. If you have one, they're gonna go on to two, which is, was the disability caused or made worse by your active duty military service, which is that nexus. And then if you have both of those, then what it means is you are eligible for benefits under the law. But now your rating comes down to how severe are your symptoms, all right? And so what the VA is looking for are persistent and reoccurring symptoms of the disability that are continuing into the present day. All right, example here is, let's say that you had a medical diagnosis while on active duty of a left shoulder problem. Turns out you had an ACL, or sorry, not an ACL, but you had an AC joint damage. And of course, clearly it's going to be related to your service, so the nexus is satisfied. But let's say that after you injured your shoulder, you had surgery done, all right? And so an orthopedic surgeon repaired you and you no longer have AC joint problems or rotator cuff issues. In fact, your shoulders is fine. Maybe you haven't gone to the doctor for a very long time. You don't take any pain medicine, and all of a sudden you go to file a claim for your shoulder. Chances are you're going to get either a 0% rating or perhaps even nothing, meaning not even a 0% rating, because the VA is going to say you're healed. You no longer have persistent and reoccurring symptoms of the disability into the present day. The surgery fixed you. Okay. Now I know that's a pretty extreme example because I've had shoulder surgery done, and certainly by no means does it ever fix you. But just be thinking about that, right? Be cognizant and aware of you need to keep going to the doctor. That's what I tell folks all the time: is make sure you're going to the doctor. Okay. All right. So a few recipes for disaster. These are things that I hear from folks all the time. Veterans come to us, transitioning medical records. I have a disability, Brian, so now I just need to have my VSO file my VA disability claim. Let me sort of. So I love our VSOs. If you don't know what VSO stands for, it stands for a Veteran Service Organization or a Veteran Service Officer, like AMVETS or VFW or Legion. And those folks are trained in filing claims, okay? But I want to caution you, many VSOs are way overworked, way underpaid, and they have no skin in the game in terms of helping you from a medical perspective to ensure that you have all the documentation you need to not just get your disability service connected, but also the symptoms, severity of symptoms that then tie directly to a rating under the law. All your VSO is going to do is actually file your claim. What I'm showing you inside of this online course, VA Claims Insider Mastery, is how you can file your own claim on eBenefits, which is the online portal that interfaces directly to the VA. And don't worry, I'm going to show you in Module 2, step by step, with on-screen tutorials, click by click, exactly how to do it. I'm here to tell you, you do not need a VSO. Filing a VA disability claim is super easy. I'm going to teach you how to do it in some clicks, okay? A little bit of training and tutorial, that's all. So the issue, though, and where you come into play, all right, if you're going to get the most out of this course, I need you to be paying very close attention to the templates that are here. I need you to look at the keywords that ties directly to ratings and disabilities under the law. I'm going to show you how you may need to obtain a medical nexus letter, either from your doctor or from our doctors, and why they're crucial. And I'm also going to show you how to fill out disability benefit questionnaires, DBQs. Those are crucial, I believe, especially for some of the higher value claims in setting yourself up for success, okay? So don't just think that, hey, I'm going to go file a claim because I'm a veteran, so I'm going to call up the DAV or the VFW here and talk to someone who can file my claim. Maybe they can. That's easy. Filing a VA disability claim is one of the easiest things you can do. Filing a winning VA disability claim is not so easy, okay? So we're going to step through it, and I'm going to make this as simple as possible for you inside this course, okay? All right, so that's the first one. The second one is, well, I served in the military, so why don't they get that my disabilities that I have today are related to my military service? It's not that the VA doesn't get it. It's not that the VA doesn't care. They do care. In fact, many of the folks who work at the VA are veterans just like you and I, but they're following a standard process under the law. And that standard requires them to have competent medical evidence of disabilities and a clear link, which is that nexus, to make sure that your disabilities were caused or made worse by your military service, okay? So I hear people say that, though. As I served, how can they not understand that my neck problems were caused by the military? Or how can they not get that my back pain that I suffer from now was caused by the military? It's because you have not provided them with enough medical evidence or lay evidence, which I'll get into, for them to make a decision, okay? The third one I hear all the time, recipe for disaster. Hey, Brian, I have really severe symptoms, but I just haven't had time to go to the doctor, or, I haven't really gone. Guess what, gang? This is on you, all right? You can't just tell the VA that you're having severe symptoms of PTSD or lower back pain or sleep apnea if you don't go to the doctor. If you don't go in and you don't continue to get treatment, you're at risk for either one, not getting the rating you deserve the first time, or two, having them reverse their decision or decrease your rating after they've already made the first decision. All right. So regardless, it's crucial that you keep seeking treatment and going to the doctor. Okay. And the last one, I get this all the time too. Hey, I'm going to file a VA disability claim, but I don't have my medical records. All right. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to get your military medical records, your VA medical records, and any private medical records. Okay, so stay tuned. Now, Module 2 has a lot of the tactics behind what you do. Module 1, which is what you're in now, this is where you're going to get a lot of the strategy. Okay, so it's okay if you don't have your medical records now. I'm going to show you how to get them, but I'm going to warn you, don't file a claim without them. All right, I'm going to get there here in a minute. The number one reason explained, so remember the explainer, the title of this section, the very first module, is the number one reason why VA disability claims get denied. Period, end of story, this is it. The number one reason why VA disability claims get denied is due to a lack of clear and convincing medical evidence. What does that mean? What that means is the VA doesn't have medical documentation, military medical records, or VA records and or private medical records. They don't have enough competent medical evidence for them to make a decision. So what do? They just deny your claim. All right. So if you have anything right now in your profile that says not service connected or something has a very low rating, it's probably because it was lacking medical evidence. Okay, so what does it mean? The VA rater is unable to determine if you have a disability or if it was caused or made worse by your military service and or the severity of your current symptoms. It all comes down to the medical evidence. But because you're in this course, obviously you want to fix whatever situation you're in, or you want to do it right the first time. The good news is if you're having trouble getting medical evidence, we can help you. All right, and you're getting discounted rates on anything that you need through our doctors, okay? All right, sorry about that. I clicked through here. All right, so what are the secrets to success? Fully documented and substantiated military, VA, and or private records, okay? It doesn't just have to be military medical records. It can be VA records. So, say the military lost your records or they burned in a fire. That happened to some folks, especially in the Vietnam era. Perhaps then you went to the VA for the past 20 years, or you've been going to a private doctor for the past 20 years. That's okay. That's still medical evidence, but you need to get a hold of those records. All right. The second bullet, these are crucial too, and this is what we're going to do in this course. Personal statements with keywords tied directly to the ECFR, Title 38, Schedule 4, Part 4, the Schedule for Rating Disabilities. Folks, you've got to know the law. And we're going to go through it, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it with some on-screen teaching. I'm going to show you as well on those personal statements with keywords, how to write stuff, how to write and obtain buddy letters from folks you served with or a spouse, how you can obtain incident reports, if you need to write a sworn declaration, what that means, why it's important legally, help you get and obtain and submit medical nexus letters. So if you need to prove service connection, that can help with that. And then as well as disability benefit questionnaires, DBQs. All right. Now I do understand, I don't want to overload you too much. I'm just giving you a snapshot here before we go into detail. Again, this is about the strategy behind your claim. And so some of these things may be a little bit foreign to you. You may not know what I'm talking about yet. That's okay. We're going to get there. And then, of course, the third one, which is crucial, the number one most important day in the VA disability claims process is the compensation and pension exam, or exams if you have multiple ones, okay? Good news is if you go to the bonus section, there's my top 10 tips for compensation and pension exams. So if you're preparing for them, it's going to help you get ready for it so that you can be a little bit more at ease and set yourself up for success, okay? What did I say? The good news is you're here, all right? You stepped up, you decided, hey, Brian, hey, VA Claims Insider, I'm sick of being frustrated. I'm sick of being stuck. I want to get results, all right? Well, you're going to get results in this course. I 100% guarantee it. If you do what I tell you to do using my real tutorials, real examples of documents we've used successfully, if you do those things, you will get the result, okay? You absolutely will, but you've got to commit yourself to getting it, okay? Because I'm going to share exactly what I do with all of our clients, what I've done to get 100% rating, what we do with all of our clients who we help step by step so that you can do it yourself. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of art. And so I'm going to teach you all that, okay? Again, there's templates throughout this course for every document you could ever need. All right, so you don't have to be stuck or frustrated anymore scouring the internet for certain things or wondering if this is the right template. Everything you need is in this course, okay? Everything you need to file, whether it's for the first time or perhaps you're refiling, filing for increases or whatever. And again, the big thing there is a winning VA disability claim. You remember we talked about you don't want to just file a claim, you want to file a winning VA disability claim, okay? All right, so thank you all for your service. God bless you and your family. You're going to see this at the end of most of my presentations here because I'm a super patriot. I love this country. I thank our patriots, folks just like you who served in the military, who stepped up. And so I really do mean this, all right? This isn't just some cheap bumper sticker. This is coming from a fellow veteran. Thank you for your service, okay? All right, so we'll head on here to the next lesson as well. It should be Module 1, Lesson 2. Hope you got a lot out of this. Feel free to go back if you missed anything. Again, we're setting up the strategy here. Module 2 is the tactics. Module 3 has a bunch of stuff on specialized claims. And then there's a whole bunch of bonuses here as well, okay? All right, gang, thanks so much.